Good morning, everyone. So today's paradigm shift is about celebrating your accomplishments. So recently I've started this Success of the Day celebration time on my Facebook page for just posting and celebrating your successes. Now, successes aren't just something big that happened in your life. Successes could be that you cleaned the house today, that you did the laundry, or that yesterday my success was I took my kid to an eye appointment. Celebrating successes is really important. When was the last time you celebrated your successes and didn't just go, well, that's just a part of life? So we have this word that we use, this qualifying word called just. So I'm just a mom, or I'm just a parent, or I'm just a gas station attendant, like whatever. When you put the word just in it, you completely discredit it. You completely make it like it's just not anything important at all. But without you as a mom, without you as a parent, without you as a gas station attendant, the world could not run the way it does. Right? So take some pride in what you do. Take pride in what you give to the world. And recognize that. Recognizing our accomplishments. So we're taught that we can't celebrate ourselves. We're taught that that would be arrogant. That we can't celebrate what we provide to this world. But what if we can? And still maintain a sense of love and accomplishment and success for other people. Right? Because the root cause of arrogance is that you think you are better than other people. And that's not true. What you think is rather that you deserve to be celebrated for the things that you accomplish in this world. But that doesn't mean you think you're better than anyone. Heck, I don't think I'm better than anyone. I think I'm different than people, and I celebrate that. So celebrating your accomplishments doesn't matter what they are. It doesn't matter. It matters that they're big to you. And that's what's the most important thing to worry about right there, is that they have to be important to you. They can be small successes to other people who have already done it, and that's just no big deal to them. But at one point in time in that person's life, that was a big deal to them. And maybe they forget that was a big deal for them. So celebrate your successes and don't fall to the just labeling where I'm just someone that's just part of life. And speaking about part of life, so the reason I record these videos outside every day that I can, thankfully the weather's been good, is because I have gotten to the point that I have to take a moment to celebrate nature and celebrate what's around me. I think we get so caught up in technology. We get caught up in plugging in to email, to Facebook, to TV, to some sort of technology, some sort of noise in our lives, that we don't take a moment to just look at what's around us. So I have been blessed in this world with living on a lake, and I live with a loon protected habitat island right on the middle of that lake. And every morning listening to the loons is pretty damn amazing. It's pretty damn amazing. But I had gotten to the point that I have been so nose to the ground, eyes looking forward. I had not been living in the present. And I challenge all of you to take a moment to live in the present. Appreciate the right now. Look for the future. Absolutely. Look towards the future. Think in terms of the future. Be there, but also think in the terms of the right now. Think in the terms of, I am so appreciative of what I see in my life right now. I'm so appreciative of blue sky, or no rain, or just look around. Alaska has some of the most amazing scenery in the world. And when I came to Alaska in 2009, I told myself I will never get tired of the wallpaper. You know, the scenery. I promised myself that I will never get tired. And I have. I've gotten to the point that nose to the ground, that I just have not paid attention to the world around me. I've not taken the time to get outside. I've not taken the time to take a nature walk. Like 20 minutes of your day, take a nature walk with your family. It's really, really important to do that, just to get out and unplug, because it allows your mind to think, and think free of input, right? Free of things you see. Now, so here's the deal about Facebook. Facebook is actually an algorithm programmed to influence you. Now, I'm not being a conspiracy theorist. I'm just being true. Look at your Facebook news feed and then look at your life. If you change your Facebook news feed, if you start to follow things that inspire you, you will become inspired. But you have to make the choice to disconnect from the negative shit that we see on Facebook, right? Disconnect from it. It's not you. It's not your life. But if you plug into it, if you believe that that is your life, then you'll get that, right? Thoughts become things. So I had a friend of mine recently, kind of a new friend to me, and I now love her dearly. But she came to me, barely knew me. She came to me and she said, "Hey, I'm going through a really hard time. I've got a domestic violence situation going on. I'm really, really concerned about my children, about my future, and I just don't know where to turn." This is a woman that I had no idea. I never really met her, but my heart went out to her. But when my heart goes out to people, my heart goes out with stipulations. That I'm not just going to give you my time, my energy, maybe my money, maybe all of that, without seeing some sort of action on your part, some sort of bettering yourself action. So I gave her an assignment that night. I said you had to go home and you had to watch The Secret, because if you're going to be friends with me, you have to understand that I live by the rules of the law of attraction. That's what I live by. And so, in true action, she went home, she watched The Secret, and I have watched her blossom. I have watched her blossom as an amazing woman, someone who is starting to take control of her future, control of her thoughts, control of her life, and really move forward in a positive manner. And it has warmed my heart significantly. But in the past, I've given myself to people who simply take. They're not willing to grow. They're not willing to grow outside of their comfort zone. So I really do try to invest in those people that want to grow out of their comfort zone, who aren't okay with being stuck. And for other people that don't, that's okay. That's just not who I invest my time in. Everybody has their time, and timing is everything. I've been working on this personal development journey since 2006. I think 2006 was the first time I read a book that inspired me to think differently. And that was Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. That book alone, thanks to a woman who told me at 23, she told me she was 23. She said, "I cannot work with you as my financial advisor until you read this book." Well, when I read that book, it shattered my entire view of what is safe monetarily in the world. And I became a lover of real estate with that. But it changed my whole paradigm. So the books you read and the people you spend your time with are the number one thing that will change who you are as a person. If you decide to change, if you want to grow and change, whatever. I happen to value change. I happen to value growing as a person and not getting stuck, and really listening to other people that have an interest in your success. So be careful who you do listen to, though, and be careful where you get your advice from. One of the things that one of the lessons that I was taught was that you never want to take advice from someone who is less successful than you want to be, right? So if you are looking for a certain type of success, you need to study that mentorship. You need to study that world. But if you're taking advice from your broke uncle who lives in a van, why would you do that? If that's not what you want to achieve in life, why would you take advice from someone who has never achieved what you want to achieve? That doesn't mean they may not have the best interest in mind or what they think is the best interest in mind, but look objectively about the advice that they're giving you. And that's really been an important thing for me, is finding out where I find my advice. Looking towards people that have achieved the success I'm looking for, but remember that they're human too, and they have their own paradigms and their own programming that they work through. So it's all a matter of being forthright, being upfront, being just being continuous in your self-growth, but sticking around and not celebrating your accomplishments is the fastest way to being stuck. You have to celebrate what you what you achieve in this world. It doesn't even matter if it's something tiny. It may only be tiny to you, but for somebody else who maybe, for example, maybe celebrating that you did motherly tasks all day, like you cleaned the house, you took care of the kids, you got the kids to bed on time. What if somebody who can't have children is looking at you going, God, I wish I could have that, right? So look at the reality that your successes are successes to you and sometimes to other people. Just celebrate you. That's what's important. All right, on this Celebrating You Day, think of a couple of things. Think of a couple of things that just really make you proud of you. You can be proud of you. It's okay to be proud of you. If you need it, you have my permission. It's okay to be proud of you. Just don't be cocky, right? Confidence is sexy, cocky is not. So, all right, everybody have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.